Breath of the Wild is in a very weird state right now. I mean, arguably, Tears has the better moment-to-moment gameplay. There are so many, gameplay systems that are pushing you into interacting with every aspect of it, right? For example, in Breath of the Wild, you had the weapon durability system, really encouraging you to constantly swap between your weapons and go out of your way to collect newer, more powerful ones. However, in Tears, you can now fuse items onto your weapons, which expands everything about durability. You know, you're not only scavenging for weapons anymore, you're scavenging for items and collecting as many monster parts as possible in order to ensure that your weapons deal the most damage. And that's reflected on almost every system that's made its way into Tears, right? There are new elements, you now have more resources available to you during combat. The fucking stable system, debt of capitalism, and now you have like a loyalty rewards program. What? So, in my opinion, Tears is the better game, but Breath of the Wild is the better game. What do I mean by that? Well, stick with me, because that's what this video, potentially series, is attempting to answer. I'm going to be replaying Breath of the Wild Master Mode, not only because it's more difficult, but also because I've never beaten Master Mode, and I'd like to have that experience under my belt. This is not like a definitive retrospective or anything. There are already so many of them out there. So I'd go watch them if that's what you're interested in. Especially this one by Steve Perspective. It's really good. I can't recommend it enough. It'll be linked in the description, but don't watch it until after this one. So without further ado, video time. So for those of you who are unaware, you plebs, Master Mode comes with a few changes. One of them being enemy regen. A lot of enemies have more health. There are more powerful enemies in the world. There's like a Lionel on the Great Plateau. So the game is quite a bit harder. That's gonna be nothing to me though, because I'm just good. I'm actually quite familiar with Breath of the Wild. So if all things go according to plan, I should not die a single time. I'm saying this now so that future River can come back and put like some sort of foreshadowing over this scene. Because God knows I'm going to need that for retention. It's been so long since I've actually played Breath of the Wild. I think maybe like 3 years? Maybe 2? So we'll see how much of my prior knowledge actually... I can't think of a word. We are not going out that door. I'm going the much cooler way. Which is also very precise. Huh, still got it. Well, I'm gonna... No. Don't, River, come on. Now, the real kicker is clipping through here. So funny thing about Breath of the Wild is that while most games out of bounds are one-sided, which means it's really hard to get out of bounds, but it's really easy to get back into bounds because there's no collision on the opposite side of the wall. Breath of the Wild decides to do a funny, and now it has collision on both sides of the wall. So it's really hard to get out and really hard to get back in. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've actually, well, first of all, uploaded a video. But second of all, actually did like any sort of gameplay for that matter. Like what, December or mid first part of the year? What am I saying, January? That's like what, 5 months ago? Oh boy. Please don't be mad at me. Oh my god, there's a guy? Uncle Roy, there's a guy. Shit, ignore this. This will not happen again. Not this time, you stupid pig. You oinker. That's gotta be a slur or something. Let's play a game of, is this worth it? 1 shot. 2 shot. Pot? No? I'm gonna get out of here now. turns out it was not worth it. We're gonna get this bow and then get the Korok seed that's on the roof of the temple. There you are. I'm pressing B and nothing's happening. I can't climb down. I can't even move. What is, oh my goodness. I have an excuse, just give me a minute. There was this one time when I was working a 6-hour shift at McDonald's, and these middle schoolers, who had been there for about an hour at this point, as they were leaving the store, one of them calls me over, and, you know, of course, I check up on him to make sure everything's alright. And at this point, it's already 5 hours in, I'm deathly tired, barely awake, and he says to me, "Do you guys still have the Skibbity Ohio Grimace Shake?" Nothing is sacred. Okay, here is my plan. I will shoot this beehive, which will distract the Bokobins, and then I will steal their weapons. I don't know if it says something about, like, the ingenious of, like, this game, that I can strategize approach methods, and almost all of them working regardless of what I pick. Hands off me, filth! I should have you burnt at the stake. Oh, there's the healing we were just talking about. Stay on the campfire, don't move. He moved. I shall have to give you a good thwack. That's why you don't mess with the Triforce, bitch. Guess you can't handle the neutron style. Oh my goodness, he noticed me. Please don't hurt me, mister. Please. Oh my lord. Jesus Christ. Well, that just happened. We're here for one thing and one thing only. I'm going to take this as evidence that the Switch canonically exists in Zelda lore. I mean, we have the Sheikah Slate. It's not too far off. You know, what's funny is that for the development of Breath of the Wild, it was originally developed on the Wii U, right? It was going to release on the Wii U. So they had an idea where you could send out a little drone and use your gamepad to see the drone's, like, eyesight, right? So you could plan out in advance different tactics of how you could conquer an enemy base. What am I saying? There were actually a lot of things that they actually had to end up scrapping on the like swap over to the Switch. Another one of them was enemy scanning, I think. That was at like the E3 demo or something, or maybe a demo showcase. I don't know. But you'd have to scan enemies and you would be able to tell what their health was or whatever. That eventually went over to the Champion's Tunic that allows you to see enemies' health. I don't know, it's pretty cool. I like development stuff. And I think that it makes a whole lot more sense of why there are so many things in tiers that felt like they should have been there to begin with. Right, the backpack bokoblins, they were originally an idea that was conceptualized for Breath of the Wild. Gale arrows, right? Those were like wind arrows, because you have fire, you have ice, you have electricity. There was originally going to be wind, but they decided to scrap that for bomb arrows instead. Very interesting stuff that all made its way into tiers. So I guess in a way, tiers is kind of like the true Breath of the Wild, I guess you could say, right? It's like upgraded on almost every aspect, and yet it still feels like a hodgepodge of misaligned. What am I saying? It still feels like very put together, if that makes sense. Crudely made. None of the pieces of the puzzle really fit together. So I guess it doesn't really just feel like the same world in tiers that we got to know so much. And I mean, that has its good things, that has its ups and downs, its pros and cons, right? For one, you get to re-explore Hyrule, but they didn't make it, like, physically change enough in order to really make it feel like it is brand new. And that, that's hard. That's really difficult to transform into a map this big, right? But, that's where Tears falters. Come on, let me get on top of you. Pause. Something makes me feel like Ultra Hand was the original idea for Magnesis, right? Where you could control big objects, not necessarily metal ones. But they had to come up with like a limiting factor so it could still be applied to puzzles and the outside world where it isn't too overpowered. And I feel like they just completely scrapped that limiting factor for tiers. Death to you. Oh my god, that's just a guy. That's just a straight up man. Maybe don't wear clothes that resemble boar hide. Let's play a game of how many mushrooms I can collect before I have to flee. 1, 2. Alright, and I'm fleeing. We have pants. Subscribe. I think I've died to more of my own bombs than actual enemies in this game. Gamer moment. Epic gamer moment. Oh my god. See, what did I tell you? Everybody, I need everyone to be quiet. I'm gonna do a thing. You can talk now, I didn't do the thing. Gah! No, I did not die to the other guardian that's over there. Do not listen to what the papers say. They're lying to you. Fake news. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Okay, in Master Mode, Guardians can have a delayed, laser. Here's a little something you don't know about Link. He has the ability to soar! If I could only get my momentum right. This is BLSS. It's a cool little glitch. Basically, you're in not a grounded state. I can't explain it very well. Essentially, by smuggling your bow, you do something to a value in the game that makes Link unable to reach his grounded state again, or... I'm not explaining this very well, but essentially, the bomb is pushing you constantly, and you're not able to fall. That's the essence of the whole glitch. Can I get this out of my hands? What am I doing? Oh my god. You didn't... You know, I have... Okay, mark my words. There will not be a single more death in this run. Karma's a bitch, huh? While I'm desperately trying to find the sweet spot on this log, I'm going to tell you about my plan. So my plan for this game right now, my plan for this game is that I'm going to, after I get off the Great Plateau, go straight to Vaughn Meadow to get Rivali scaled. You know, to make traversing the area a lot easier. To Cryonis we go! Something they don't tell you about BLSS is just how much it hurts your hands. Oh my lord. Headshot, please? Headshot, please? Headshot, please? What is going on? Come on. Come on. Oh my god. I don't know why that was so hard to hit. I guess because he was like at an angle or something. I don't know. The Cryonis Shrine is like really small, I've realized. Just so tiny. Okay, hear me out. Theory crafting the perfect laser tag game. Okay, there's so much I want to say about this. Oh my god. So obviously the laser tag arena's got to be big, but not too big, because otherwise people won't actually, you know, like interact. You gotta have like a lot of things to hide around, but not too many things to hide around. You gotta have like sniper positions, right? There's got to be like this one time I went to this laser tag arena, and these people had like tape, and they put it around their like sensors. And like, I don't know what they were trying to do, because part of the fun in laser tag is that you get hit.
I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule.
Oh my god, it's King of Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. Oh. And with that, we're off the Great Plateau. I have a few notes that I'd like to share, especially the fact that not only was the Great Plateau much smaller than the Great Sky Island, but you can complete it way faster. Like, it took me less than 45 minutes to get off the Great Plateau, but on the Great Sky Island, it took me like an hour and 15. And to add on to this, I don't think I've ever found myself lost on the Great Plateau. Because, you know, there's so many distinct landmarks and mini biomes so that the player always has the ability to properly orient themselves. But in tiers, outside of like 2 areas, the entirety of the Great Sky Island feels the same. And that's not just because I have more experience with Breath of the Wild. The actual color palette used for the environment is far less contrasting, and as such, it makes it far more difficult to make sense of what you're looking at.
Nope, still can't win bomb.
There's something to be said here about location diversity and space efficiency, but that'll have to wait for later, because right now, it's horse time. Come here, my pretty... Oh, okay, well, that's fine. I didn't want you anyway.
Yep.
Oh my god, that was so scuffed. I'm going the other way. I need to go here. And here it is. The most broken item in Breath of the Wild. It's funny because in Tears, right, the Majora's Mask is, like, locked behind this super, like, hard Lionel rush, right? And in Breath of the Wild, it's just out in the open. Kind of funny. So like I said before, right now we're heading for Va Meadow. Mainly because I need Rivali's Gale for movement. But also because there just so happens to be a stable on the way. And Rivali is like the best Zelda character of all time. Oh my lord. I have to go this way. Beetle, your arrow prices frustrate me. Okay, it's the summer before senior year, okay? I can name him something responsible. Party rock in the house tonight, bitch. Another thing I really like about Breath of the Wild is just the world building. Like, here, let me find the shrine. Like that, there's a town up there that's like burnt, right? And there's a fire whiz robe. That kind of suggests that whiz robe burned down the shrine, or the town, oh my god. Small key, we're gonna try our best to skip using this. I wonder if I can just skip having to turn the thing around. Oh, I totally can. Oh, but we're gonna have to use the key. Because we have to tilt the thing and get shot up out of it. That's disappointing. Oh. There we go. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I almost forgot about that one. Thank you. All right. Okay. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, there's a fire whiz robe here, which really makes you wonder if he burnt down this place. And there's things like this all across the map. I can't really name one off the top of my head, but they're there. Trust me. Another one of my favorites is there's this place near Elden Canyon. Not Elden Canyon. There's this place near Death Mountain, right? And there's a decayed guardian with a single arrow in its eye and a rusty sword and shield sitting next to it, which really makes you think if there was like this ancient hero that destroyed that one guardian with a single arrow shot to the eye or something. Pretty cool stuff. Hello? You wanna fall down? There we go. Okay. that was weird. So recently I've been thinking about my channel and what my niche is. I'm not quite established enough to have like a definitive one, but I've been working on this video for Persona 5 Strikers, right? It's taken a long time. It's gonna be very long, but I realized that when I was making it, I was talking less about the mechanics and, less about the game and more about the mechanics. And this got me thinking about my channel as a whole. I mean, I love game design. I actually watched like an hour-and-a-half GDC conference about the development of Breath of the Wilds. Here, let me get this real quick. And, which is probably my favorite game in terms of like design, but that's, oh my god, what? Huh? And I have a lot to say about it. So I think it'd only be natural if that's the direction I take my channel. You know, uncovering the game design tricks behind some of our favorite games, or something like that. Yeah, you can actually parry bees in this game. You can parry like literally everything. I parried an arrow once. It was really difficult. But yeah, when I write out scripts, I find myself focusing more on interesting game design, like little tidbits, rather than just my opinion of the game. And I think my goal for this channel is to teach others about game design, or the little things or tricks that developers use to really push you into interacting. I already said that before in the intro to this video. Self-awareness? I've also been trying to like grow my channel a little bit more recently. So I've been focusing on more quality content, as they say in the business. But another thing that YouTube keeps recommending me on the creator homepage is to collab with other people. So if you're a small creator, I want to collab, join the Discord, send me a message. Let's make it happen, dude. There we go. Now we don't really need to tame any other horse in this game. I always really liked this place. Not only is it like a memory location, but it's also just like really nice and very pretty. I don't know, I really like it. There's a little thing you can use in this game called sneak strike comboing. I don't know what it's actually called, but chaining, sneak strike chaining. There we go. Where because an enemy's detection or eyesight doesn't update until after they, finish their get up animation, you can actually just walk behind them and chain it in a row. It's kind of funny. I want to take this time to kind of shout out a couple of other creators that I think could really use the shout out. Up first, we have Almighty Potatoes. He's been focusing on more like psychology content recently. It's really interesting, really good. He's very funny. Fat Balls. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Shadowy goo. That means something different nowadays.
Go, my steed. Right across this bridge at precarious speed. Oh. Okay. Something like this would never exist in reality. And I think that's just... It's such a cool idea. And it's like a no-brainer to put a very precarious and thin bridge in a video game. I am not going to give this money to the Great Fairy. It is going in my wallet to purchase clothing. Another thing that just wouldn't really exist too often in real life is these like little overhangs in the rocks. Like, it's such a small detail, but as you can see while opening it up, like as it like opens up, like this giant vast plain kind of sprawls out in front of you. It's so interesting how the developers draw your eyesight to different things throughout the map. One of my favorite visual gags in this game are these giant bundles of wood. You'd think they give you so much wood, right? No. they give you like 4, maybe 5 sometimes. So recently I've been wanting to step away from Terraria for a bit. Because, it's just I've done it so much. I want to kind of do something new. And in order to do that, I kind of need like an actual computer that can run games or run OBS. So I need something that can actually handle the kind of videos that I want to make. And so it's going to be a while before we have better videos. Go, my steed. Straight ahead. Where are you going? Go straight. What are you doing? The divine beasts in this game are just so cool. They're so neat. I love them as dungeons because they just feel so cohesive, right? A lot of people complain about it. I think it's really good. That's just horse ass. Oh, your healthy daily dose of Nintendo Switch lag. Every time I play Breath of the Wild, I learn something new. Like, look. So if I walk into this building, not only is my normal walking speed slowed, but my FOV changes to fit the size of the building. So it's not cramped or anything. That's so cool, dude. And it's so subtle, too. And this game is just so pretty sometimes. It really is a beautiful game. I mean, just look at that. Wow. So if yeah, see, we're cooking with gas. Cooking with Hylian pine cones, that's Tears of the Kingdom, not Breath of the Wild. Mini puzzles like these just make me feel so smart, because they're so small, so stupid, but, like, I don't know, man, there's something special about small puzzles instead of entire dungeons. I mean, since a big point of this game was portability, kind of adds on to that experience, right? Oh my lord, here it comes. Rivali is my favorite character in any Zelda game. He's just so fleshed out and so detailed, unlike all the other champions in the game. I can't even say enough about him, right? Because if I went into so much detail, I might as well just make a whole video about Rivali, right?
Yet I have made an art of creating an updraft that allows me to soar. It's considered to be quite the masterpiece of aerial techniques, even among the Rito. With proper utilization of my superior skills, I see no reason why we couldn't easily dispense with Ganon. Now then, my ability to explore the firmament is certainly of note. But let's not...
Pardon me for being so blunt.
Let's not forget the fact that I am the most skilled archer of all the Rito.
Yet despite these truths, it seems I've been tapped to merely assist you. All because you happen to have that little darkness-sealing sword on your back. I mean, it's just asinine. Unless you think you can prove me wrong.
Maybe we should just settle this one-on-one. But where? Oh, I know. How about up there?
Oh, you must pardon me.
I forgot you have no way of making it up to that divine beast on your own.
Dude, he's so cool.
Good luck sealing the darkness!
And that's probably where we'll end off for today. I left this pretty open-ended for when I inevitably return to the series. I mean, there are just so many things that I have yet to talk about, and single topics on this game that could warrant an entire video, like Rivali, for example, right? I love Breath of the Wild for everything that it is. Truly. It's the one game I feel attached to in such a unique way. I already talked about Persona 5. That's my favorite game ever, but it doesn't feel as personal of an experience as Breath of the Wild. And in a way, I guess you could say that this whole video was an outlet for justifying the absence of that personal touch on my first playthrough of Tears. Don't get me wrong, Tears is the far better game in every sense. I had way more fun with it and would rank it well above Breath of the Wild in a vacuum. But I don't care for it as much, if that makes any sense. I do think that Breath of the Wild does things better in a game design sense, and that's what the rest of the series will be showcasing. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, consider subscribing. What? I'm promoting my channel? Oh. Hi. My name has been SNESMess. It still is. And I'll see you next time. Take care.